So now we all get caught up in the hotness of Gen Con. But did the games hold up 1 year later? Let's find out.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mike.
I'm Nick.
We're the Brothers Murph, and yes, we are here to do a retrospective on last year's Gen Con experience for us, specifically the games we got, which ones have held up over a year. You know, did something we get and play was a flash in the pan moment from the convention? Do things have real staying power? We find these types of lists to be useful.
They're arguably more useful than the anticipated list that us and everyone else
now
does.
Now we know if we like stuff or not. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the various games we acquired at Gen Con last year. We're going to kind of put them into categories. And move through them and sort of have a loose ranking of a number of the games. In terms of, ones we liked more than others and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think we should just get started.
Alrighty, so the first little category is only 2 games. But these are games that we got at Gen Con last year, but they weren't like Gen Con releases. They were not necessarily older games, but somewhat older games. One of which is we finally got Final Girl last year at Gen Con. This is the kind of the take on the thing.
The Station 2891.
That's right. So I've played Final Girl a couple times. Have you played it yet?
No.
Yeah, okay, so I played Final Girl a couple times. I really, really enjoyed it. This game is enormous. It's again, like I said, there's not a new game. There's always new stuff out for it.
Sure.
But yeah, we were finally able to pick up the core set and then a couple of the expansions, which I was really excited for because I've always wanted to play it. And it is indeed very good and very difficult. So that is Final Girl.
Yeah, I really do want to try this one.
Yeah, it's good. Next up is going to be Draft and Write Records. We picked this one up from Inside Up Games.
Delicious.
Who we really, really like. And we really like Draft and Write Records. This is just one of our favorite roll and writes where you're a band kind of traveling around.
Yeah, you're kind of touring around. You're doing, it's all through drafting cards. You're basically going to be marking off various areas of your sheet that are representing you doing like radio appearances and kind of growing your fame, building out your crew and your bandmates and things like that. And it's just a really combo-heavy draft and write, as it says, because you're drafting cards and writing down stuff. It's one that we'd played before. I've played it a bunch on BGA, and we got it in person, and it's awesome in person as well. It's just like a really fun, probably like our go-to roll and write if we're going to do one of those. So we had to pick that one up, even if it wasn't the hotness, newest thing.
Indeed. Okay, so those are games we got at Gen Con, but they weren't released at Gen Con. All right, next up is the bit of the shame part of the list. These are games we got at Gen Con that we still haven't played. To be fair, all but I think one of these were just given to us, almost all exclusively by Hachette. So we have not played any of these.
We are in the position as
content creators
where we are given games at conventions and stuff, and but we are ashamed to say we have not played any of these. Some of us I really do want to play.
I'm only a little bit ashamed. Task Team. Do you have what it takes to win this crazy task off? This is a game, again, where you're doing tasks.
There's a bunch of random dexterity and riddly stuff, a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, for a party game, I'm sure it's very fun, but we have not played it.
Yeah, it's minimum 3 player, can play up to 18. You're playing in teams. That's the main reason I think we haven't played it. It's just haven't had the occasion.
Yeah, Curses and Covens, I do want to play. This is by Good Games Publishing.
Yeah, they handed us a copy. And it's a trick-taking game, I believe.
Yeah, and it's I
believe a team game.
Yeah, and there's a witch hunter, and you're basically trying to form a coven before the witch hunter captures 5 witches. It's got really cool art, really cool thing. We actually need to break. Can I open this?
The main thing with this one is that it's minimum 4 players, 4 to 6 players. So again, it's just one of those things that's we don't have the player count often.
Almost never.
To accommodate, but I do really want to play this game. Yeah. So this is one I am ashamed we haven't played.
Yeah, a little bit of shame on that one.
Yeah, it does look really cool.
We still have not played Katamino Tower, which is a 3D polygonal type thing where you're choosing puzzle difficulty. You're basically trying to fit the shapes into the puzzle. I believe
onto a little tower piece.
It's kind of one of those games where it's you can always create it, but how do you actually figuring out a little puzzle? It seems cool, but it seems like more of an activity. We have not played this one yet.
Yeah, this will be for me and Logan someday, I think.
Yes, indeed. Garden Getaway. This is also by Zizamik, which is under Hachette and
stuff. This is a little animal themed, you're in a garden and you're racing and stuff. It's the main reason we haven't played this is this is for kids 4 to 7 years old. It is a kids game. So again, I'm hanging on to it because Logan just turned 3. She'll be 4 next year. We'll be right in the wheelhouse for this. So I'm definitely hanging on to it, but just haven't it's not for us. It's not literally not for
literally not made for us. Yeah,
we're not the audience. So.
Next up I'm surprised we haven't played even once, was the Pac-Man
know.
Corridor. This is Corridor by Jijimik, but they made it a Pac-Man theme,
Yeah.
which makes sense because Corridor is already kind of like Pac-Man in a weird way, where you're trying to get your piece to the other side, and you either move your piece or basically put down a wall. And this one has like Pac-Man, where you're like trying to get away from ghosts and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can play like
cool.
standard Corridor with
Yeah.
it, or you can play like an actual like Pac-Man version
Yeah.
where one player is the ghosts, one player is Pac-Man, or you can actually play a 5-player game where everyone is one ghost, and then there's Pac-Man. You're trying to like catch each other and put up walls. Like I love the theme tie-in of Pac-Man to this. I really want to play this because I enjoy Corridor, but just hasn't happened.
Yeah,
yet.
if
I
you
should
play
probably
this
take
one, let us
home
know.
to play. Yeah, the pieces are like really dope. Yeah, this one I know will be fun.
So then the last one that we have not played that is truly shameful is Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. This is a little solo, teeny tiny version of Gloomhaven that we somehow have just not played. I don't know how one of us has not. It's at Mike's house usually.
I have like
How have you not sold it? How I haven't taken it out and
I've
sold
done
it.
this and been like, okay, all right, and I put it away. I've done it like 15 times where I just don't. I can't get the brain power up to learn it. It's not like it's like the biggest heavy. It's like a 20-minute game.
Yeah.
But this is one that like I was bummed we missed it on the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Then saw they had it and like rushed over.
Yeah, because it's like $20. It's
And
like
got like
pretty
the little
affordable.
promo card that was there and stuff, and then just haven't played it. And like I'm like, I don't know why.
Which happens. Everyone's got a bit of a shelf of shame, but this is the one I'm like, how have one of us not played this yet? Because I've heard it's really good too. So
I've
it's
heard
like,
like there's so many reasons that we've been excited to try it, and yet, you know.
All right, so those are the
Alas.
games that we haven't played. Not too many to get. Most of them were just given to us, but that's the games we haven't played quite yet. All right, next are the games that we've played, but we were kind of like, and probably we have not been running back to them. I'll say.
Unlikely that we'll play them again. Probably.
Maybe we'll give it a shot, especially this first one. I think we will play again, but our first play of Cascadito was not great. This is kind of the small like roll and write version-y of Cascadero, which is another Ryder Knizia game with beautiful like Ian O'Toole art.
The
We
art's
played
legit.
this one. It's a little roll and write where you're doing
You're
stuff.
sort of connecting cities and things and yeah.
But there's actually like 4 different like pages that you can play on. And we played on like the first one, which is very simple. And we were kind of like, okay, if this is it, this is just like a
There's nothing
standard
here.
roll and write. There's nothing here. There are other ones in there that we still need to play. So this one's not out, but we also have not played it again because that first play was so like,
Yeah, it was underwhelming. We played this in the airport on the way home.
Yeah.
And like I did rifle through the other maps and they add a lot more stuff. So like that's why we're kind of like, you know what, we should probably try one of the more advanced maps.
Yes.
Because it seems like there's more things to think about, but yeah, we were
We'll
underwhelmed
see.
by the first
Yeah,
play.
and it's like roll and rights nowadays, particularly for me, like it has to be
Pretty good.
absolute banger for me to want to play it more than like once or twice. Honestly, it's just
I agree.
I've kind of gotten personally over the roll and write thing for the most part. This game is outstanding. Gateway
It is,
Island.
Truly.
We are not really going back to it because this game, kind of like Mike was talking about with the Garden Getaway, it's like this game is not made for us. This is a really cool idea that Van Ryder did, where this game has like 30 different little mini games in there, and those games are meant to teach you of various board game mechanics. So there's one for like worker placement, there's one for like programming, there's one for like area
Racing
control,
games.
racing games. And in the rule book, it also gives you suggestions of other games. And they didn't just put Van Ryder games, they put all publishers' games in there. It's a really cool tool for someone who's getting into board games. But we are into board games, so this, like, we would never play this again because I know how to play worker placement games, I know how to play area control games, but I think the concept of this is incredible.
Yeah,
It's just,
super
for
cool.
us, we're not going back to it because why would we, right?
Yeah, and this again, and many things that have been mentioned already are like things where I'm like, maybe I could show this to Logan
Yeah.
when she's a little bit older, choose the simpler ones, because they are kind of a range of like, this is a good beginner one and stuff like that. So like, I have a feeling I'll get more use out of this in the future. But in terms of you and me sitting down playing
Yeah.
it, like not for us, but it's not for us. So
Yeah.
that's okay, and we love that this game exists. We
Yeah.
are so big champions of this kind of thing for sure, even if
Indeed.
it's not for us to play.
They have speed colors. So
Speaking of stuff I'm keeping for my daughter.
yeah, this again is for kind of Logan's age. It's like 6+. This is a game where you have like a little outline of a thing and you're trying to color it in kind of as fast as possible. It's a speed coloring game. Again, not necessarily a bad game, but we played it while there. We picked it up because we're like, this is probably something that Logan will like
I did
someday.
really enjoy when we played it.
It was fun,
Like, I don't know
yeah.
how much there is there, but like,
Yeah.
it is really fun to grab stuff. And there's like ways you can like mess with stuff and I think switch the caps around so you have
Yeah.
to try to remember what is actually what. But yeah, it's just about trying to draw accurately and quickly,
Yes.
or color in accurately and
Yes,
quickly.
exactly. So again, it's for like 6 and up. It's not really meant for us.
Probably more
so
for
we're not really
6.
going back, but it isn't necessarily like a bad game. And again, if
Yeah.
you have kids and stuff like that who especially like coloring, you can kind of gamify that a little bit.
Plus, the publisher name is Friendly Skeleton, which is a
a
great
fun-
name.
It's a great
Fantastic
name. So the last one here is a game that we just didn't really like that much, and that is Santa's Workshop, unfortunately.
I was bummed, man.
Unfortunately, Elf Creek, at least for us, has continued to lure us in with theme and art, and then kind of disappoint us with the gameplay.
Not necessarily deliver a whole lot
Yeah,
more.
we don't, with the exception of like Honey Buzz, we've never really liked any Elf Creek games, unfortunately, despite wanting to so badly.
I know.
Because we really love, I love like Santa's Workshop Christmas as a theme in general. And
It's
I
a
was
fantastic
so hyped
theme.
about this one. And this one was just like, it's fine.
Andrew Bosley did a great job with the art and stuff, like the look and style and like what you're doing in
Yeah.
the game. You're preparing for Christmas is super cool. It is absolutely on the lighter side,
Yes.
which is totally fine. But we kind of played with the advanced side,
Yeah.
which even that just like didn't give us enough
Yeah.
to like want to return to. It definitely felt like they got the theme, nailed it, the look, nailed it, and didn't remember to bring a game I wanted to play
Yeah,
with it,
yeah.
which is a shame.
Which
It's
again,
such a good theme.
it has happened a lot with us with Elf Creek, unfortunately. Elf Creek's one of those publishers, and again, like their games do very well for the most part. Although I'm not sure if they're still in business at this point, but nonetheless, it's like I always really, really want to like this game, and this game probably more than any other one, I really, really wanted to love. And we were both kind
man.
of like, and we have obviously not gone back to it. It's not the holiday season again, but like even
Yeah.
this coming holiday season, I don't think we're gonna go back to
Probably
it. I
not, which is
think
a
we will
bummer
go-
because like I am actively open to the idea of a game
yeah.
that I play every Christmas
Yes.
because it's just like really fun.
Yeah, we got
and
Gingerbread
festive
House, I
and-
guess, yeah, but-
Gingerbread House is sort of the closest we have, and I do love that game.
I do love it.
But yeah, Santa's Workshop wasn't it?
All right, so those are the games that we like, but we're kind of not really going back to, again, mostly because they're just not really made for us. Alrighty, so now is going to be games that we've played and have liked, and these are going to be kind of ranked loosely. So this first one is, I guess, the lowest ranked. Again, a lot of these games we've only been able to play like once, but these will be games I think relatively hold up, at least for the ones that we got at Gen Con. First up is going to be Turnip.
Turnip.
We played a really fun game of Turnip in the BIPOC Lounge at Gen Con. This is a bluffing game.
Yeah, it's kind of like BS.
Kind of like BS, yeah. And I liked the game. I really love like the theme and art. It's got this weird like Renaissance rabbit art
Yeah.
where like they're all like worshiping these turnips and carrots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very odd, the theme and the art, but it's really, really fun. I will never love a game that's like all about bluffing just because
Bluffy.
it's not a mechanic I personally enjoy. I don't find bluffing to be fun at all in games at all. This is one of the things where it's like if you're with the right group of people, I will enjoy myself is what happened.
Yeah.
But the game itself, I'm kind of like, I liked it, but it's never we want to go back to for the most part.
I agree. Yeah, it was fun. I don't think we're kind of the right group for it. But if you have the right vibe, it could be a really good time to kind of accuse people like
Yeah.
you're trying to hoard turnips and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up is going to be, we got Crossbows and Catapults
Yes,
by Restoration Games, who we love dearly.
of course.
This game is kind of, again, enjoyed it.
it's a big old toy, man.
That's what it is. It's a big old toy. So again, talk about with like Logan, or if you have kids, it's like you don't even necessarily need to play the game.
No.
You could literally just set it up and shoot.
I imagine most people just play
Yes.
with the pieces, which is totally fine.
Yeah, because you have a bunch of different pieces, these kind of like cool castle-y pieces, and like different characters that you have, and you're building up a castle, and then you're basically like launching stuff at the other person's thing, trying to knock down their various characters who are, of course,
Yeah.
are hiding and stuff. There's like a catapult, there's like a trebuchet, there's like a big crossbow.
Yeah.
You're shooting these discs. It's very silly, very fun. And they did gamify it. There is a game there, and
There's like characters with abilities and stuff now.
Exactly. And there's a couple different like versions of it and stuff like that. Again, it'll probably never be one we actually like play just with us two. But again, It's a game you can play with your kids. It's great if you want to play the game with your kids. And I'm excited to play it with like Logan and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's like for us, it's like this isn't going to be a huge game. Really enjoyed it. I think it's really well done. Just again, it'd be kind of lower ranked for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, I'll be Roll One. A bit of a surprise, this one, in terms of how much we enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yes, this was handed to us on our way out of Gen Con.
We were like literally leaving. Yeah.
And they handed us a copy of this. And this is a game where you're going to set up a little golf course with these tiles.
Yeah.
And then you're going to play golf, and you're going to do this with rolling dice. And there's different types of dice.
There are.
Based on what club you're using. Certain dice are going to be better for certain types of things than others.
Yeah, if you're like in the fairway, if you're in like the rough, or you're kind of sand pit, there are different dice. They're good at certain things.
And you were going to roll the die, and then the value that's showing is going to be kind of how far you go, and you can change what direction you're aiming from your little golf ball piece, which represents you, and kind of try to, clear hazards and stuff like that. And it is actually like a solid little
and you have like a golfer who has like a little special ability and stuff like that. It's a fun little golf game, honestly.
Yeah, I was like, I actually really enjoyed that. That was kind of cool, and like it's very casual. You can just sort of set up courses that you want. But I like that there's like certain other symbols on dice that will allow you to get through kind of like
the
foresty
woods
area and stuff like that. So there's like a little bit of game there.
Yeah, and there's choices of what you're hitting with and stuff like that.
Fun kind of cartoony art and stuff.
I thought it was very fun, honestly.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it much more than I kind of expected to. So
indeed.
It's very cool.
Oh. Boom. This was kind of like, at least for us, in terms of like the games that we personally bought at Gen Con, this was kind of like one of the biggest acquisition for us. We were like, oh my God, so excited. We got it like first.
10 minutes into being there, we picked this one up.
And we played the game, and we were all kind of like, that was all right.
Yeah.
And that was kind of, I really want to keep playing it. I especially want to play with the expansions. I don't know, this is one of those games that like, I wanted to like more than I actually liked.
Yeah, it's a game where you're providing power to different regions, and it's got cool things going on. There's kind of this like mechanism of your action card rows and playing cards down, and early in the round, when you don't have a ton of cards out, stuff is more expensive, but as you play cards, things get cheaper, but those are your action cards. So if you don't have them in hand, of course, you can't use them. There's all this interesting stuff going on, and it just sort of like didn't add up to what we expected from it. Obviously, it's a bigger game, so it's like we expected maybe, I don't know, a certain experience out of it that we just didn't quite get. And there are some expansions, and maybe that beefs it up a little bit in terms of the enjoyment or the types of things you can do.
Yeah, I remember just need to play it more.
But but we played it a couple times. We were kind of like, oh, okay, like I'm not in love, which is bummer because I had been clamoring for this for a long time.
Yeah, because I love the theme. It's got Eno Tool art. It kind of looks like a big Lacerda game. It's not, but it's like it looks kind of like that. And that's the thing is like if you're gonna have Tool the art for a game of this size, a big Euro game, there's kind of this expectation that's here.
Yeah.
So like even if the game is here, it feels like
more of a letdown.
And I think that's kind of what it is. It's like if like honestly, if it wasn't quite presented exactly this way, I think I'd probably be higher on it. But I do want to try it again. I was intrigued. I want to try the expansions, which I don't think we have, but we definitely can get.
Yeah, we don't
but
have it, but
want to like prepare a little bit more than we did. But jury's not out on this one yet.
Yeah, and
for
it
me
does
personally.
have, it seems like we're missing something because like all of the pieces seem like it should add up to, again, a certain experience, and we've gotten a different thing out of it, and it's like, so there's something where I'm like, what am I missing here? I don't.
And maybe a couple plays of it is just not enough, right? It's possible.
Yeah, I do think there's something to that.
We got to play Loot. I feel like you liked this game more than I did.
I do like this game more than you. I think it's really fun. I really like it a lot. And
maybe I need to try it. I was fine on it. Yeah, I was fine
like,
on it. This is a game where you are kind of trying to move across, like, you're like Vikings moving across like a land, and like, but you can only move, is it how far you are from your old buildings or from other people's buildings?
I think you can go adjacent to anything that's been placed before, whether it's your pieces or another player's pieces, and as you go down onto spots on the kind of main board, you are going to collect tiles and resources that are going to go onto your player board, and you're kind of filling out your player board to satisfy. There's certain like buildings and ships and stuff that need certain resources surrounding them, if it's sheep or wood or gold, and so you're trying to place stuff synergistically where maybe I have a ship here and a building here. They each need a tree, and I can put a tree between them so it counts for both of them.
Yeah.
And you're doing this kind of dual board stuff where you're putting stuff on the central board,
Yeah, your own
collecting things
little
for your
home board.
personal board.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really enjoy the kinds of, I kind of like that, you know, again, I'm placing out here, but building something over here. And trying to find the perfect like synergies between those kind of things that are going to score me points. And a lot of the buildings and ships are going to increase the value of the various things you collect. So I might, when I complete this, you know, these couple buildings, they might increase the value of all the sheep on my board. So now I need these other resources to complete these buildings, but I also want to make sure I'm collecting sheep because I've made those things kind of worth
valuable.
3 points apiece instead of 1. So again, I really enjoy that, the kind of all the little things you have to balance in the game while being fairly breezy, you know, in terms of rules and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's only like a 30-minute game or so. I did enjoy it. I think I need to play it some more because considering the fact that you've started to really enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good though. I'm
It
down to try it
works
again.
really well on BGA. If you play Board Game Arena, it works fantastically on there. That's how I first played it. Yeah, I really like this one.
Cool.
And I think there's room for you to like a little more, even if it doesn't ever become like your favorite thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know.
Next up is going to be In the Footsteps of Marie Curie.
Yeah. Marie Curie.
This one was good. It was good. This is kind
I'm
of
surprised by this one.
a sequel-ish to The Footsteps of Darwin, which is a similar thing where you're kind of going through this famous scientist's life, in this case, Marie Curie. And yeah, I think the main thing with this one was it was a lot lighter than all of us were kind of expecting. And not bad by any means, but I was just kind of like, I think now going into it again, I'd be like expecting that, where I think I was expecting it to be a slightly heavier experience.
I kind of knew it was going to be on the lighter side because I've never played in the Footsteps of Darwin, but I'd seen it played. It's a very simple tile laying game, so I kind of was expecting the weight level.
Yeah, and this one's kind of not like that. This one, again, you're getting like various, you're kind of going through her life and you're getting like tiles and stuff like that, and it's all chemistry based, right? And so it's like,
so you're actually doing kind of chemistry and transmuting, you know, resources into others.
It's really cool, and it's really cool, and I love these games that are about like real life cool scientists and stuff like Darwin and Marie Curie and stuff like that. So yeah, I liked it. I want to keep playing it some more. And again, kind of going into it knowing how light it is, because I was a little surprised at how I was like, oh, this is very light. Yeah. But it's ultimately very cool and a good teaching tool too as well.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
got
nice.
a cube tower at the center of it. That's kind of interesting.
That's
as
right.
well,
Yeah.
Where it kind of spits out cubes, and that will kind of, I think, give you the
resources,
your action points and resources you can use. Had some cool stuff going on. I remember not doing very well in it, but I did enjoy it for what it was.
Indeed. Next up is going to be Middle Ages, which I know you like. I still haven't played this one, actually.
Oh man, it's a good one.
I know.
This is a tile laying, kind of tableau building game with some King Domino DNA in it, in that you are going to have rows of tiles. You'll be dealing with one row at a time, and your little Viscount, your little main person, will go on to a tile space that's from the next row, and that's basically you claiming that tile.
Yeah.
But you are going to resolve stuff in order from left to right. So if I want the tile that's on the very right, that might be more powerful or what I need, but it means I'm going last in the next round, which means I'll have last pick for the round after that.
Yeah.
So you were kind of balancing, like, do I want to be able to go earlier next round so I have a better choice of tiles? Do I want to, just get the types of things I want to get? And I think there's like 6 or 7, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 types of tiles. There's churches and farms and stuff. And they each are going to have kind of a dual scoring situation. So one of them will be like the farms will always give you, points for I think like these like certain symbols that'll show up on various tiles of all types. And so, you want to get those, and then they'll also score for like types of tiles you've collected. And each of them have this kind of dual scoring. So it's like, okay, well, maybe I want to take this tile because it has one of those symbols on it. So my farms will be stronger if I reactivate my farms. But, I've added this extra third shield color for my, cities and stuff. So maybe I want to do that so I can kind of trigger off of other things. And this is a game where like every single turn you'll score points.
Right.
You're just trying to like ramp up higher and higher and
That
higher.
was really nice.
As you build your thing. It's got a really satisfying thing where the each tile type, so each farm and mill and stuff like that, are kind of cut in such a way that they like almost puzzle piece fit together with the pieces to the left or right of them. So it makes a really satisfying tableau that's just comes together beautifully. And yeah, there's some like nasty tiles. You can be a little mean and stuff, but I like this one a lot.
Yeah. This one, actually, Mikey, you just got to play it recently.
Did I?
Indeed.
I did.
Unmatched slings and arrows. We haven't played every character in this, but yeah, we actually had a kind of an unmatched game day with a couple followers of ours, which was super, super fun.
Yeah.
We played a whole bunch of different unmatched sets. Basically, yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, so I played...
You played Shakespeare or you played Titania?
I played as 3 of the types. I
Yeah.
played as Shakespeare, Hamlet, and Titania.
That's right.
But yeah, this set was like, when I heard this announced, I was like, this is so dope.
It's so up Mike's alley.
It's so up my alley as a theater nerd and stuff, where it's Shakespeare
And his
and
characters,
then
yeah.
various characters that Shakespeare created as the types of things you can find as. So you can be like Titania and Oberon from Midsummer Night's Dream. You can be Hamlet from Richard III. You can be the Wayward Sisters from Mac Bizzle. And you're just doing unmatched stuff. I mean, the art... Redonk fire, of course.
Of course.
It's really cool. Like Shakespeare, the names of the cards, like the card names and stuff, they count out the syllables. And so you're doing iambic pentameter, which is like a 10-syllable line.
Yeah.
And if you finish a line exactly at 10 syllables, you'll get to do like a bonus from the card and stuff.
Which is very cool.
Stuff like that. It's like super dope. As Hamlet, you're choosing... either to be or not to be each turn. If you're not to be, you're like losing health, but you're kind of like stronger and stuff. It's super cool. You're doing like charms and stuff as Titania and Oberon because you're fairies and whatnot. It was, it's like a theater nerd's dream. Like, I want them to sell this at Shakespeare festivals all over the world because it's just super cool. And as always, it fits in with all other unmatched sets and stuff.
Per usual.
Loved this set. So we played a bunch of games unmatched, and I just kept playing this set.
Yeah, you did.
Trying different characters because I was like, dude, I gotta stay with Shakespeare in the world, you know?
Yeah, it was.
It's super cool. I love that they did that for a set. I think it's so dope.
Yeah, I think that was one of the.
cool.
That was one of the fan sets, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That they turned.
What a
into.
great idea. Shakespeare and his creations.
Yeah. So, all right, I dropped a bunch of crap.
Nah, Nick.
Next up's gonna be Nekojima.
Nekojima. Maintain balance with the Cat Island. This is a dexterity game.
Yeah, it's an instant where you're making like power lines and there's cats and stuff. And so yeah, it's like it doesn't really show here, but you can kind of see on the back here where it's like
these poles.
Yeah, these poles that are connected by a certain length of rope, which is a different color, and you kind of have to put them on top of each other, making these big power poles, these power lines. And then a lot of times you also have to then hang cats off them, kind of like you do with the monkeys in Rhino Hero.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and you're basically trying to like not knock the thing over, but there's a lot of the choices about like, do I think this could reach here or here and stuff, and it's a great little dexterity game.
It is, and it's really fun. And the thing I like about it is it's legitimately hard.
Yes.
Like to not knock stuff over. Like
Yes.
Rhino Hero, if you're a big boy like us, like you're
Yeah,
grown
you're a
ups, then like
genius.
we're hecka good at card towers, so it's like not that hard to make it not fall over. Nekojima is like you're gonna mess.
Yeah, you're
it
basically
up.
putting dowels on top of each other. It's
Yeah.
like it's
connected by wires of different lengths. The dowels are different sizes, so one half might be long, the other one's short.
and you're trying to like weave them in and out so you can play. It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really solid, like, challenging dexterity game. And it's, all the silly fun that you would expect in kind of classic dexterity games where it's going to go Jenga at some point and all topple over.
Yeah.
And we laugh at the person who made it fall and say they're dumb. No, you don't do that. We don't do that.
Dumb idiot.
We don't do that.
This is pretty.
This is super pretty.
This is pretty.
It's so pretty that we put all the stuff into the fall
We
flavors.
didn't. I know we didn't. I had the Honey Buzz box at my house. I don't know why.
Weird. I lied. We got the expansion for Honey Buzz.
Indeed, the fall flavor expansion, which again I think meant to back on Kickstarter and just never did.
Never did. But
Again, Honey Buzz, kind of the only Elf Creek game we really like. But although
I do really like it.
I do really like it, and this one definitely is breathing some more life into it. I was kind of like, not I would say done with Honey Buzz, but I had
played
like,
it a number of
I played it
times,
a
though.
number of times. And this is cool. This has a whole bunch of different modules. It adds like fruit. It adds like what else? What are you doing all these
There's
ones?
like certain tiles that have leaves on them, and it's a bit of a set collection.
Yeah, there's like Other,
like
like-
you can cap off your nectar tiles and kind of means they won't produce anymore, but they'll be worth points.
Exactly. There's a whole bunch.
You
There's
can
like
retire
5
your
of
workers, so they go onto this board and
right,
get a bonus, but then
yes.
they're done for the game. There's a bunch of things. And we
Yeah,
played with all of it.
We did. We did
a stream of it. You
a
can
stream
watch
that you
it.
can watch. Yeah, where we played with everything. We're like, screw it. We're gonna play with everything. Let's see what happens. It was
awesome.
really fun. It was really cool to kind of play with everything. But again, you can kind of pick and choose as you go. And it was great. We still really like Honey Buzz. I love like the theming of this, having like the fall board in the autumn is so pretty.
Yeah.
And
The
it's
fruit
just
was really cool.
Yeah.
We got, this isn't in this set, but we got,
the
they
upgraded-
sold like, it was fall color
versions,
player
Yeah.
pieces. So you could play, they're all the same as like the base game, but they're like in the color scheme of fall, which I'm like, they're so beautiful. I liked Honey Buzz. We, had played it a number of times, and this did breathe a lot of life into it. So I'm really happy that the expansion kind of came together the way it did. It's really nice.
Indeed. You really like Line It.
I do. This is, one of the many good little card games.
It's a good little card game. You gotta love a good little card game.
Yes, you're playing cards into an ascending or descending line. And I think you want to have like more than 3 cards in your line to actually start scoring points.
Right.
And it's a thing where you're drafting a card from the kind of display and either playing it or holding it in your hand to play later. And there will always be like a card that's left over, which goes into a pile based on its color, its suit. Which becomes kind of like a jackpot. And you'll have the ability at times to collect the cards that are in that stack and they'll be worth like a point a piece or something like that. But you're kind of like, you're kind of weighing that kind of balance point of like, do I want to keep adding to this line or do I want to call it, score it so I can start a new line because the cards I have are not something that I can keep. I've been ascending and now I don't have high enough cards to add to this. So when do you cut bait and start a new line and stuff? And it's just like super solid.
Yeah.
Again, this is one that I had played a few times on Board Game Arena. I really like it.
Hey, there's always space for another good little card game.
Yeah, it's just it's cool. Like this is absolutely a game we're going to keep because there'll be plenty of occasions to play this as a nice casual card game.
Next up on our list of the ranking, we couldn't find, it's at one of our houses maybe, we couldn't find it anywhere, but that's Tangram City.
Someone stole it.
Yeah, we picked this up. I think Capstone is the one who keeps it. Tangram City, which is a good game. Jimmy always refers to them as bingo style games, and I guess that's exactly what they are, where it's like you're going to flip over a card, and that's going to have a tile shape on it, and then everyone has to place that shape. And
Everyone will have that tile in their little...
you're kind of like building out a little city, and there's like the green side of the buildings, which are like parks, and there's the red side of the buildings, which are like buildings, and you're trying to build it out in this kind of specific way. But again, it's one of those things where you're flipping over the card, and then everyone has to place that piece. It's an Uwe Rosenberg game. Again, it's not going to like blow your hair back, but it's a good tile laying game. That it's very easy to teach people, kind of relaxing. You flip it over, you place a thing. I really like these kinds of games, despite the fact there's lots of them at this point. I still really like them and still really want them all.
Spatial puzzles like that are always cool, and tangrams are a certain type of
shape.
Of strangely shaped tiles. And the fact that it wasn't kind of like a classic polyomino tile really did mess with my brain, and especially the fact that one side of the tile is red, the other side is green. It's like, oh, I'm gonna flip this, and then it'll fit. It's like, okay,
it doesn't.
You trying to balance the red and green on your board, and so I'm like, I need this to be red, and so it really was tricky to like put together in a way that made sense. You're trying to basically make as big of a square that's completely filled in as possible for your scoring. So I enjoyed it. I was like, this is tougher. Like
it was good.
It was a nice little challenge.
It was good. I really enjoyed it a lot. Next up is going to be the search for UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Yep.
This was the first. This is the top of our anticipated list last year, and I really enjoy it. This is in the next game in the Search For series, except for this one's done by Ted Alspach, who runs Bezier Games. So this is a Renegade and Bezier crossover.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Ted was just like, I like these games, I'm gonna make one. They're probably like, all right. It's my assumption.
I'm glad they did that because it's definitely awesome.
This one is more like Search for Planet X than it is Search for Lost Species, where you're looking up into the sky. You are on a circle board trying to identify things, and at the end, these are all deduction games where you are finding, in this game, celestial bodies and such bodies or like various satellites that are up there, and everything is going to have logic rules. Where like this can be next to this can't be next to this. This has to be in these areas.
Meteorites and blah, blah,
exactly
things like that.
So you're kind of in these various quadrants trying to find it. In this case, you're trying to find the UAP, the unidentified. And it's good. It's really, really good. This is probably the one I like the most solo. I still like Search for Lost Species more than this one, but this one is fun solo. It has some really cool, interesting stuff going on where there's kind of the rings that are all of the board are turning constantly, so you have to keep track of them.
Shifting and like that gets crazy.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's a great addition to the Search For series. I like all three of them, and I will continue to buy them if they keep making them.
I hope they do because they'll just all of them will make it to our collection if and as they make them.
They sure will.
Yeah, this one was really cool. I was very bad at it.
Tings and the gosh darn rings.
Oh my God, I think they rings.
This is one that we both really want. You really, really wanted at
yeah, I did.
And we got it, and it's super fun. This is a cool, like kind of like a Venn diagram-y game.
Yeah, you'll have these like three string rings.
String
and
rings.
you'll set them up so that, they will overlap with each other.
Yes.
Where the three circles will each overlap. And then you are playing thing cards, so there'll be someone who's the knower.
Yes.
They know the rules of each of the rings.
Yeah, each ring has a rule.
Specific ring has a rule. And players will play cards to the various rings or into the overlap sections, meaning I think this card follows both of these rules or all three rules if it's the middle. And so players are going to play cards, and you're trying to get rid of the cards in your hand. So if you play a card in the correct area, then you will get to keep it there and you don't have to draw another card. If you are wrong, the knower will move it to the area that is correct or outside of the circle completely if it doesn't follow any of the rules. And then you have to draw a new card. So you didn't get to progress.
So it's just like, okay, that went in the red ring. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was, I don't know, broccoli. And cheese is in there. Oh, maybe red ring is stuff you can eat.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay. And then it's just like,
it's very
keeps going from there.
Yeah,
right?
very stuff like that. Like, I really enjoy it.
I like it a lot.
I know some people get frustrated because, like, it's up to the knower to decide, like, what counts and what doesn't. But, like, I don't personally find a problem in that. Like,
and there can be.
It is a game that is subjective.
I think it's really funny
fun.
when this happens, but there are certain times where it's just like kind of everything applies. When we were playing this, we played this at Gen Con. We were at the JW Marriott, which is a big hotel, and we were in a massive room of everyone playing games.
It's probably like
and I think it was
500 people in there.
Yeah, and I think the red ring can be found in this building. And so, like, we're in a giant hotel, and so it was like a sword. And the person who's a knower kept putting everything in the red ring because they were like, there's going to be a sword on a card. Or someone's cosplaying with a sword. Yeah. And everything applied because people were playing games. And it was like this weird thing where you just kept being like, I mean, it works for red.
Because we happen to be in an area that was densely populated.
Whereas if you were just like in your
people.
kitchen playing this game, that would be a much different thing. But it was just like
it was to be added to the fun.
I think so too.
I think it's a
really
fantastic clue-giving game. And you're just trying to be the first one to figure out, the rules so you can get rid of your cards by playing cards accurately. Or you can play it cooperatively, I believe, where the knower has like a certain amount of cards and they will play them to the right area to try to help clue people in. So it's cool. It's just a really cool game.
I really like it.
It's got fun kind of Dr. Seuss-y art.
It does have,
because all the cards you play are different objects.
Yeah.
They're things.
Sure.
I love this game.
Yeah. All right. Next up.
Oh, yeah. Baby. Now, to be fair, we knew we liked this game.
Yes.
But we didn't have, when we covered it on this channel back in the day, we played a prototype.
Yeah.
So we knew we liked this game. We were very excited to get the finished Maximum Chrome, the full daddy deal. So it lived up to the hype. We played this several times over the year, and it's such an insanely fun game.
Well, we'll do our top 100 games again later this year, and I'm really curious. I think this is going to be in there, and I'm really curious as to where. I freaking love Thunder Road. It's kind of like Mad Max in a board game, where you are trying to.
It's a racing game where you can blow each other up and shoot each other.
Yeah, and it's just like the Chrome Edition has a bunch of different expansions. Namely, you want like the Chop Shop expansion, which gives everyone a power, which is very, very cool. It's just, this is one of those games where you want like max chaos. If you're gonna play this game, play chaotically, play crazy, because that's the point. This is one, I don't like to, dictate how people should play games, but this is one of those games where like, play this game this way. Like,
It's
don't
meant to be chaotic and
Yeah.
smash them up
And-
and.
get into that. It's like that's the point. I don't know. Thunder Road Vendetta is like an A+ game for me. I think it's so much fun.
It's insanely fun. They executed on the premise so amazingly, where it's just going to be crazy stuff after crazy stuff, adding in things. Stuff can catch fire. Things can be incinerated.
It's so good.
It creates big cinematic moments and hilariousness. I love this game so
Yeah.
much. It's like one of the best idea and execution
Yeah.
of a specific idea that we've ever seen.
All right, last up, this is kind of like the gem of the con.
Unexpected gem, baby.
Sorry, the card box came open.
It's been well used, well loved.
It's Park Life People.
Park Life People. This was just like a little card box edition of a game that from Charming Games, which is a great name because it is accurate. They had backed this or run a Kickstarter for this, and they were selling some of these kind of more simple boxes for the game. Park Life, which is a trick-taking game, kind of a reverse trick-taking game where to win a card you need to play the lowest value.
Yeah.
And I particularly like to play this 2-player because it does change things up a little bit. So in a 2-player version of this game, you can also solo it. This is a trick-taking game where you don't have to follow suit. In the 2-player game, you do have to follow suit, which I personally like better. And if you are the person who played the lowest card, you collect that card into your tableau, which will then score its points. So if it's a 6, which would be hard to win with because the numbers go 0 to 7.
Right.
If you win with a 6, it's 6 points for you. In the 2-player game, you each have to get to 45 points. So you're really trying to play in a way where I'm letting you win, but I need to let myself win. There's certain cards where for every of the orange suit I collect, I get a point.
Yeah.
If I have wild cards, they count toward any of those types of cards. There's ones where your neighbor, for every card of a certain suit, your neighbor, so in a 2-player game, your teammate collects, I'll get points. So if you got a bunch of pink, I'm going to try to play that pink card so that I get points for what you're building. Stuff like that. The art's really charming.
Fun,
it's just different types of weather, and you're kind of out and having a day and eating ice cream and playing in the rain.
Yeah, it really was like the hidden gem of the con for us.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's just so lovely and pleasant, and I really, really enjoy it.
Yep, this is one of the best surprises I've ever had with a board game. This is such a delightful game.
Yeah. All right, so this last bit here is games that we either got after Gen Con or maybe we got before Gen Con. We didn't pick them up at Gen Con is what we're getting at. But they were still either came out at Gen Con or were
really
very, very hot or
popular,
had recently come out. And this is a solo game called Witchcraft with an exclamation point.
Witchcraft!
Witchcraft is really cool. I really, really like it. It's a solo game. And this is a game where you have a coven of witches and you are trying to overcome various, I guess, obstacles. They might even be called obstacles in the game. And that's just kind of the base game. There's actually a whole campaign game in here, which is kind of nuts. But basically, the obstacles are require you to have certain amounts of strength. And one of the cool things is all of your witch cards, because you are playing these cards out of these various witches, they all kind of have like a normal side.
They're hidden and revealed
And
side.
the revealed side, because again, a lot of the games are based around witches, is like, you're good witches, but the people don't like you very much. And that is very true.
They
This
don't
one,
trust what you're doing.
yeah, and so the good side, or the hidden side rather, is a lot weaker than the revealed side. But once you have a revealed side, that card then goes away. And for the most part, you don't get that card back. There are certain witches that might allow you to bring cards back. But basically, once you reveal yourself, you're going to get arrested.
Yeah.
And it's cool because the art in the game is incredible, but like the revealed side of the witches look so cool, but they look kind of scary. So it's one of those things
they're
where
using
like
their power.
yeah, so they're just like these. It's kind of like when Galadriel turns all kind of like, I could be a queen of power. And so that it kind of looks like that, where you're like, you are kind of scary. And so you end up, and so it's that balancing of when to do that, when to not do that, when to overcome these obstacles, all these different kinds of things. I really, really like it. I've sold that kind of base game a couple times. I really want to go through the campaign.
Same, yeah. I sold it recently, and it's really fun. It's based on Resist, the hidden revealed mechanism. And Resist is another solo game from 25th Century.
Yeah.
But yeah, the art is super rad. I got wrecked. I need
Yeah,
to play it
it's
again.
hard.
It's really hard. But yeah, it's a really cool game, really cool theme. I really, really like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Very, very neat. Yeah, we picked it up. I backed a Kickstarter that for various games of the 25th century was importing over,
Yeah.
and that's when we got this, along with
Good
like
stuff.
Dracula vs. Van Helsing and stuff like that.
That's right. Huge at Gen Con. Not huge in our hearts.
I'm not even looking at it.
We don't like ARCs. Sorry, y'all. We don't like ARCs.
We don't. We are gonna have a playthrough of it though, so you should check that playthrough out when it comes out. But
We've given it a
don't
fair
know,
shot.
man.
We've played it a couple different times. It might be officially my least favorite game on the planet. Unfortunately,
I'm so intrigued by this game. I'm so intrigued by it.
I will say, like, this one thing's like, this whole kind of video is about, like, do the games hold up? This one does. Not for us, but it definitely does for other people. People love ARCs and keep coming back to it over and over and over again. It does not work for me. I do not enjoy this game at all in any way. I don't ever want to play it again. But we gave it a shot. We did buy it. And because I'm always interested in these games and stuff like that. But yeah, this is kind of a big space bastard game where you're just mean to each other a lot. It's got like kind of an interesting trick-taking-ish way of deciding what actions that I'm not convinced works. I don't know. I don't like this game.
That's fair.
It's just not for me. Here's the thing. It was never going to be for me. I knew that going into it, and I was right, baby. Something we played, I believe, before Gen Con. So we had this one slightly before, but that is Pagan Fate of Roanoke. This is another kind of witch game, except the witch of this one is bad.
The witch isn't bad. It's just
I guess
the witch. There's
Witch
a witch
versus-
versus witch hunter.
Yes, indeed.
So there's just you're two opposed people.
Two opposed sides. Yeah.
If you are the witch, you are basically trying to complete a ritual. And it's through card play that you're doing stuff. There's kind of these villagers in between the two players that are, one of them is the witch.
Yes.
And you as a witch player know which one is the witch. And so you are trying to kind of play these tokens out to that villager, and basically the cards you play are going to put tokens onto certain colors of villagers. So you're trying to like put stuff onto certain people without being too obvious about it, of course. And as the witch player, you're brewing potions which give you abilities you can use. You're getting familiars, and you're trying to do this stuff to again complete this ritual. As a witch hunter, you are trying to figure out who the witch is and basically accuse and arrest them accurately. And if you accuse and execute people who are not witches, then that's bad for you, and you can be severely punished for that. So it's basically this kind of cat and mouse type game through card play, and playing out these tokens, which are used kind of like as a resource in different ways for the two players.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's super cool.
It's super cool.
really
There's
cool
also
game.
like a couple of different expansions for this game that I'm interested in trying out. This is what I really
There's more
want to play
content
more.
just even in the base box that we played with. We played kind of like the most standard, basic base game. But yeah, it's really cool. I want to play it again. It's been a little while now. But I was like, man, this game is
really cool.
really interesting.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, really cool 2-player asymmetric.
I guess this
game.
Oh my god, this one was so heavy. It's probably what should have been the unplayed category because this one is still unplayed. So I don't know if it holds up.
We didn't get it at.
We did not get it at Gen Con, but this was the reason why is because there was no way to get it. People, it was selling out so quickly.
We wanted to, and it was
gone immediately.
Absolutely no way it was happening. They sold out so fast.
So we got it afterwards. But nonetheless, Undaunted 2200 Callisto,
Callisto,
which is from the Undaunted series, which mostly is like World War II type games. But they made a space one, which I think people don't like, from what I've heard, quite as much as the other ones. But I really want to try it because I don't really care about World War II games in terms of like the theming. War games don't interest me really. But the mechanics of Undaunted always interest me. So I do want to play all the Undaunted games. But just this theme, though, I really do like space sci-fi themes. And so I was like, ooh, this one seems really, really cool. We still haven't played it. I've heard it's really good solo, too. So I think I just need to take it home and solo it.
Nice.
And so really want to play this one. We just haven't yet, unfortunately.
Yeah. Will happen.
Will happen.
A lot of cardboard in there, you can tell.
We talked about a game that was selling out immediately every single day, and that is
my gosh.
Rock Hard 1977. It's by our good friend Jackie Fox, who we've known for a very long time, and she's been working on this game for a very long time. So it's been really cool to see this one not only get made, but also this was like the game at Gen Con last year, I would say.
Yeah.
Like it was selling out immediately, hundreds of people in line every single day.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see this game that Jackie's told us about for years and years
we
and
heard
years
about it
now.
for a couple of years, as it was being prototyped and shopped around and stuff. So it was very cool to see it like come to fruition, and she's signing copies of her game and
it was
stuff
very
at the
cool.
convention. But this is about hard rock and roll in
right.
the 70s
Yeah.
and forming a band and kind of getting started and stuff because Jackie Fox lived that life.
Lived that life. She was the bassist in the Runaways.
Yeah, and so this is a game where you're kind of balancing your time
Yeah.
and resources, doing radio interviews, working gigs. You have a job.
You have
that
like a job, yeah.
to keep at least for a while to get some, get some dough to
some
spend
money, yeah.
and stuff. And
You got candy, and that candy can be used for various.
a little bit of
things, a
energy.
little bit of
You're kind of
candy.
working on your skills, which are these knobs. These
They
they're-
go up to 11,
11.
of course.
These little sound knobs that are kind of your chops and your singing ability and stuff. Which
have
because
a-
as you do bigger gigs, you'll need to have certain skill
Yes.
levels and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like asymmetric powers. You have a little player powers with that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I really liked this game a
the
lot.
events and stuff were hilarious.
Yeah, because they're all more or less based on reality.
Yeah, but there's like one where it's like, I don't know, you get like you bring a girl home and she steals all your stuff
Yeah.
and like things like that are just like really colorful and fun and in the world. The art and the look and the sense of humor and stuff that the game has is really cool. It's
cool.
a really fun game to kind of like almost like Pursuit of Happiness, like
Yeah.
picture
The world,
this
yeah.
legendary life you're building and kind of talk it out like what's been going on
Right.
in your life. It's really an entertaining game.
Yeah, totally. All right, next up is going to be Gnome Hollow. This was their entire booth. Was Gnome Hollow. It was the entire thing. And it was cool. Yeah, Gnome Hollow, again, is a game that we've actually been seeing for a couple years before it came out.
Yeah.
So it was cool that it got picked up, and it was cool how successful it was and how much people were into it. But yeah, this
I
is
like
a
this
game.
game.
Yeah, I like this. I feel like I didn't like it quite as much as you. This section isn't really ranked necessarily. Hence, Callisto was in the middle of it, and we haven't even played it. But nonetheless, yeah, this is a game where you're trying to basically make little rings of flowers, little paths and stuff like that.
Mushrooms. and
Sorry,
things.
mushrooms, not
the
flowers.
rings themselves are made
Are
of little
flowers, that's what it
little
is.
Flower paths.
Yeah, you're collecting mushrooms to what? Are you like contract?
You're like
for it?
selling it to the market.
Yeah, that's basically right.
You can basically turn in mushrooms to sell the market for points.
That's right.
So you're kind of almost like set collecting, where you want to get a whole bunch to
Yeah.
sell at once. There's different mushrooms that are different values,
Yeah, different
and
rarities and stuff.
And you're kind of upgrading your player board and stuff, and
Yeah.
the kind of scoring that's available and things like that. So yeah, you're completing those rings, moving gnomes around to take actions and stuff. It's just got like really fun,
cute.
solid art, and kind of feels like Carcassonne, where a path has to touch a path, the grass has to touch the grass. There's like a little bit of that,
Yeah.
path building and making sure the landscape makes sense, and stuff like that. Yeah,
It was good. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot, and I still want to play it some more. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last one, y'all.
Last
We didn't get this at there, but we got it afterwards. But this was, I believe, releasing at Gen Con. Correct us if we were wrong about some of those
It was
things.
right around that time.
Around
It was
right
probably
around the time.
it was like widely available.
Endeavor Deep Sea, a recent winner of the Kenner Spiel, which is the
Yeah,
strategy
that's
game
right.
of the year,
dope.
and deserved so. This game is so good.
Yeah, I really like this game a lot.
Yeah, this is kind of a follow-up to Endeavor Age of Sails, but this one you are like deep sea diving and you're researchers, and you are kind of on the surface and you have a little sub and you can kind of explore down deeper and deeper. You have all these different like specialist kind of like tiles that you're getting every round. You're getting a new one, and those specialists will have worker placement spots on them where you'll place your little worker discs on them, and that's going to allow you then to use like sonar to explore. You can move around. You can do like research. You can journal. You can do all these different kinds of things in the pursuit of, again, research and biological research at that. It's very, very cool. We've still only ever played the first mission.
Yeah, there's like 10 missions that are going to change like
Kinda
what
what's
kinds
valuable.
of things
Yeah.
you're scoring, so it'll change what your focus is. And we've only ever played with the first one.
Yeah.
So certain other ones use certain specific special tiles and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, this is one that I've played it solo, cooperative. We played it competitive,
Yeah.
so we played it in that way a lot. But there's still so much more to explore just in the box.
Yeah, and it's really
that we
good
haven't.
all three of those ways. Solo, cooperative, and competitively
Agreed.
are all very, very fun.
Agreed.
It's so good. I'm really excited to kind of keep playing it more. I think there was an expansion that got kickstarted recently again, so I'm just
think
like,
so,
give me
yeah.
all of it. I want all of it. Endeavor Deep Sea is an absolute
Yeah,
banger.
we've been waiting for this one for a long time. When it
Yes.
first got announced, which was a long time ago,
Yeah.
It took a long time to go from there to deliver to people, and when we played it, I was just like, heck yeah, man!
Yeah.
It didn't, you know, sometimes that amount of time passing, it kind of can't help but be a letdown a little
Yeah.
bit. And this one's like, nope, this absolutely delivered. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's always nice.
So the last two games that we got after the fact that I think came out at Gen Con was Slay the Spire, the board game. I think it's final, like, kind of people can start buying it. We love Slay the Spire, the board game. We have a whole
I want to play it again
playthrough.
recently.
Me
physically.
too.
I really want to play
I
it.
freaking love Slay the Spire, the board game. And the last one is River and Gold, which every single day we would go to the Asmodee booth to see if we could buy River of Gold, and we couldn't. It was always gone, or they didn't have it or something like that. But that was kind of its first, it felt like first big convention that it was at. And River and Gold is so good. I really, really love River of Gold. And we actually don't have a copy of it anymore because we had to give our copy back.
Yeah. You're kind
but-
of moving ships down the river and taking
Yeah.
actions and stuff, activating buildings, or you can build buildings once you have
Yeah.
some money and stuff from those sailing
Every time we play it,
actions,
I like it
delivering
more.
to customers.
Yeah, every time we play it, I like it more. I just think it's
really
so
awesome.
much fun. Yeah. So that's going to be it. Those are the games that we kind of got that were either got at Gen Con or were games that were releasing at Gen Con. Again, kind of a loose list.
They were the games
stuff.
of the moment a year ago.
I would say for the most part, for all the games that we've played that were kind of Gen Con releases, for the most part, they were good. Again, some held up better than others. There's a decent amount that we're probably like, who knows when we'll go back to it.
Part of that's just the nature of being content creators.
Yes.
So if you ever see like only played it once, it mustn't be good. Our life is such that we are constantly having to move to the next game. So it's hard to get repeat plays in, but there's definitely some from this list that we really want to play more that we haven't had a chance, and then other ones that have been really great and we have played multiple times, which
And
really
that's
means something.
The problem with these kinds of lists, it's like the perspective from like a content creator is always going to be different than a normal consumer.
Yeah.
Not that content creators are lying. They're not lying to y'all. Y'all got to get over that
Yeah,
stuff.
let's put that out there.
They're not. But
No
again,
one's lying
a
to
lot
you.
of times the perspective is just different. And so like understanding that I do think is important. But nonetheless, it's again, games continue to be great. There's always so many good games released at every single convention. And last year's Gen Con was no exception.
Gen Con happened just last week, and we heard of many more games that were like flying off the shelves, and
super excited to try them all.
Absolutely. So yeah, we'll check those out. Let us know from last year, you know, games that released in and around Gen Con. What are the ones that really stuck with you that you've played a ton, whether or not we mentioned them here or we haven't mentioned them and we should try them? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy these types of videos, let us know in a comment, thumbing this video up. And if you are new to us, please consider subscribing. We'd really love that. And we will see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.